Hello, my name is Daniel Marino, and this is the Naihanchi Project. So today I want to talk a little bit about the way that I see Kata. And I apply a concept called the Iceberg theory to the way that I view and analyze Kata. So the Iceberg theory is a term that was coined by one of my favorite authors named Ernest Hemingway. And it's also sometimes called the theory of omission. The idea behind the iceberg theory is that an author, this was Hemingway's writing style, should give, kind of a surface level account of a story or something like that. Or he also worked as a journalist before he was a successful author. So also as a journalist, he would give, the basic account of the events that happened and wouldn't delve too deep into like underlying themes and meanings behind the writing. And with the idea being that it's like an iceberg, that the small part of the iceberg is popping up above the surface of the ocean, right? And then underneath it's this big vast thing. So the part that this was Ernest Hemingway's approach, and the way that he wrote is that he would just show that tip of the iceberg that pops up at the top. That was what he actually wrote down for you to read. And then the themes that he was trying to illustrate through what he showed with, that small piece of it, was the much bigger, vaster thing that was under the surface. And I really like this idea applied to Kata, because I think it hits the nail on the head with exactly the way that, this training method works. Is that the way that I view specifically, the Naihanchi Kata, is that it gives you a basic structure to work from. It provides examples of underlying combative principles. And when you delve into it and you look deeper, you see that it's this vast thing that can be practiced in an infinite number of ways. And that's why you can use the movements for real combat. Combat is chaotic, it's always changing. So, you're never going to have something that's, that's fixed and immovable that's going to really be able to apply to combat, because you need something that's able to change along with whatever situation you find yourself in. So I think this is what Kata does. It gives you a basic structure to work with that can then be adapted and varied so that it can be used for combat. So, I hope that makes sense to you guys. It's just, it's the way that I view it. An upcoming video to look out for is I'm going to be doing one on Naihanchi-based sparring, on taking the movements of Naihanchi and using them in your sparring practice, applying these movements against real resistance, which in my opinion is really a key skill to making Kata, work as a meaningful, part of your overall training. So I hope that, this video has been helpful. I also got new shirts here from the Naihanchi Project. Illustrate what I'm talking about is that Naihanchi is vast. When we practice the solo movements by themselves, it's just a small piece of the whole. You're just looking at the tip of the iceberg. What's found underneath, is this vast thing that, in my opinion, you could spend a lifetime practicing and not exhaust. So thank you very much for watching.